remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. enough I can remember. Good enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Good enough I can remember. Good enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Saturday. Man, y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday. But this is Sold Out, where we talk that sneaker talk, man. Speaking of that, there is a link in the comment section or the chat, or you can sign up. Click that link and it's free to sign up. Or of course we continue the sneaker talk, but we got a food section, a sports section, you name it, right? Okay, if I don't get the content out in time, most likely somebody has already posted it in the Discord, so sign up if you haven't done so already. And of course, sub up, man. Y'all let me know if audio and visuals is okay for tonight, because a nice topic, man. We're going to go over this Urban Necessities Consignment crisis and pretty much everything you need to know between him and the shoe surgeon. We kind of already did a timeline behind it, but I know there's been some more recent information that's come out where I think 2J's actually pulled up to the store, and towards the end of the live on Wednesday, I'm pretty sure I played the video, so I probably won't be playing it again tonight, but we'll just go down this and then I'll give my thoughts on that one. But we'll save that like towards the end of the live, because I have a feeling that's going to take a little bit longer, because I'm still trying to figure out, right? Not taking shots at nobody, but how do you get tricked out of your own shot that you created? Which I know there is, like, that's a thing, but you get tricked out of like a person that's supposed to be, y'all supposed to be equivalent. It's been different if, look at it as like a music artist doing great independently and then go sign a deal and lose everything. You know what I mean? That's what it kind of sounds like to me. But we'll go over that tonight for sure. And then Nike stock is back up and it's climbing up. So we're gonna start there because that's some like new information. Because remember, Nike them had kind of been down, you know. But I knew, right? And we have been saying this for like months, right? Yeah, Nike stock is down, but I knew it was only a matter of time before it skyrocketed back up. Now, I don't think it's fully up to the tip top of where it once was, but they're seeing the increases, and that's what you want to see. So they're seeing improvement, right? But let me test the chat, see what we got in there tonight, and then we'll get the party started. I'm only going to be on this joint for like an hour, so I want to make sure I cover the main topics for sure. And then we will talk upcoming sneaker releases toward the end of the live, like the last like 5 minutes or so, man. So y'all, if y'all coming it out, definitely smash that like button. Looks like we have Kwame in the building. Says, yo, what up, Kwame? What up, what up, what up? Says, chilling off work tonight. That's what's up, Kwame. You are the working man, man. I seen you picked up those Galaxies, bro, and they are looking nice. I gotta say that for sure, man. Let's see, we got Long Beach Joe Jets in the building. Says, salutes and respect to Polo in the chat. What up, Long Beach? What up, what up, what up, what up? Let's see, we got Divine Photos in there. Says, what up? And salute to everyone. The Air Max 90s patterns do look better in person. I did see that you copped those too. I saw you posted that in the Discord, homie. I would imagine so. And at the end of the day, you really can't go wrong with an Air Max. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised. And the Air Max 90 is one of my favorite silhouettes for the Air Maxes. You know what I'm saying? I know I got the Air Max ones, but I think I only have one Air Max 90, but back in the day, that was kind of like my go-to for like grabbing, you know, an Air Max. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, most definitely. I think they are fire. You know what I'm saying? Of course, y'all know I like the 95s as well, you know? And we were talking about that in the Goodfellas, where all honesty, I think it's not going to be until next year, but it would sure would be nice to get those 95 neons. You know what I'm saying? I'm been fiending for them, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to have to be patient, clearly. Where we at? Kwame says, the colorway clean on the pattern, most definitely. You know it's like 4 different colorways too. I think I showed that in the I think I showed that in the video or I showed it during the live, but they got some other colorways that's supposed to be dropping too. So this is kind of like the first 2 colorways and they're going to hit another one. You know what I'm saying? Kwame says, we need some OG 95s. Most definitely. I completely agree. And Kwame, that's what we were saying in the Goodfellas last night, dog. Like, we could definitely use them. You know, it's a fire silhouette and it's timeless. Looks like we got Rivera fam in the building. Says reputation in the sneaker community isn't as relevant as it used to be / should be. I remember if a shop was caught moving a fake sneaker in 2014, it was near impossible to recover from the business. This is true, and in my opinion, it still should be like this. But you know, in fact, when I go over to 2J's topic, I got one of his old videos up where he was like, you know, remember that saying, like, he would never give over on anybody or anything like that, and nobody bats 1,000. In fact, I thought I had the video up, but you know what? I'm going to start, like, when I get ready to get on the 2J's topic, which that's going to be the whole 30 minutes probably of the live, I'm going to make sure that I play that video, because that one's kind of one of those, like, you know, you say you don't, but then things happen, because I get it. What he was trying to say, he's human, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to go in on him like that, but at the same time, you know, it is what it is. So let me see if I can find him, because I'm pretty sure he has a channel, and I know I remember this video like it was yesterday, dog. So I'm going to see if I can find a joint, because looks like he's also, I got the interview up too by Blake Wynn, but I'm not going to play that whole joint, because while that was just 3 days ago, bro, I mean, hey, that's a long time, and I'm not trying to like diss nobody or anything like that. But we shall see, and I believe that was one of his videos. It's actually not too long ago, right, when he made that video. So it probably won't even take me long to find it for real, for real. It's going to be very interesting, though, to see how this all plays out. Now, me personally, I'm kind of over it, the whole story and the scenario, because, to be honest, both of them seems like each one of them seems like they're missing out some key points to really bring the story together. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but at the same time, it definitely does make you think, right? I know this guy took pride on him saying, like, hey, man, you know, I am, you know, would never scam nobody, and he kind of came across like he was that guy that's the truth. And that's cool, you know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking 2J's for that either. You know what I mean? So I'm going to see if I can find a video for sure, because I know it shouldn't be too far long ago from this joint. But if it hasn't even been taken down, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think, let's see, what you need to know about me or something like that. He put it up there because it wasn't too long ago. I want to say roughly, but it had to be like 2020, 2019-ish. So again, the minute I find that joint, because I had it up, pause, and then it kind of just like I lost the joint. But I'm gonna see if I can find it again, and probably won't take me too long. Anyway, but let me see what else we got going in the chat real quick while we get the party started. Let's see where we at. Let's see. We got Thomas Gold Ring Jr. that says, Polo, keep those videos and topics going about the sneaker game. Most definitely, man. I'm doing my very best, for sure. Appreciate that, dog. And appreciate you for being active in the comment section in the chat as well. It really means a lot. You know what I mean? And everybody, too, man, in the chat tonight. Salutes to everybody. Rivero Fam says, now we can shops moving products without 100% confidence and the authenticity, especially with the spider sweaters. Wow, yeah. And what's those? How do you say that? Abula cards. I don't know about the card situation, right? But I will say this: I have heard there has been. I never feel comfortable buying anybody. I don't care who it is, like secondhand, like merchandise. I'm always skeptical about if it's the real deal or not, because that's really is hard to authenticate. We can even throw StockX into that equation too, where they start selling. They sell other things other than sneakers. I know of somebody who bought a very expensive item from there, like a clothing item. It was an accessory, and it turned out to be fake. They did get their money back, but it was a pain in the what to get it back too. Devon says, Nike keep playing around. Just give us the Neon 95s. That's a fact. Says, just be careful when talking about him because DM the YouTuber for talking about him. Oh, wow. Again, I'm going to try to tread lightly on it. I know how homie is. Again, this whole live is a legend and opinionated base, and whatever video in or I play will be for fair use. So I'm trying to hope not to get any trouble here. Again, I have no dog in this fight. I have nothing against 2J's kicks, and I have nothing against Sue Surgeon. But, as far as like them trying to say they are for the culture and the community, you know what I'm saying? And they're putting it out there at the end of the day. This is my thing. You can't, I will say this. I don't know if that's true if he DM'd or somebody. I'm not saying that's not what I'm not saying that it didn't happen, Devon, but this is my thing. How you going to DM somebody for information that you put out there? You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. How you gonna DM? Like, it's just like me, right? If I put some personal information out there and somebody talk ish on it and go in on me, I mean, at the end of the day, it's my fault for saying something. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Sue Surgeon would have said anything if 2J's didn't say anything. And I'm not picking a side here, but I'm just saying, people, it's gonna be the hardest thing is gonna be to please everybody. You can't please everybody at the end of the day. No matter how you slice it and dice it, man. Where we at real quick? Where we at? We got Manny with the kicks in the building. Says, yerp. What up, Manny? What up? He says, y'all seen them undefeated 95s coming out soon? No, I ain't seen them joints. I gotta check them out. Let's see. Kwame says, I thought we were supposed to be getting the Neon 95s already this year. We got a small drop is what we got. I don't think they didn't even do a drop on sneakers. We got like just a small drop of what it is. And that was just it. You know what I'm saying? I was like wanting them, but it was not. I don't think they did the full release to the best of my knowledge, man. Let's see. Keep the party going here. We got Men Kick says Kwame, Divine, and Joe Jets 100 salutes with the strong arm emoji. Long Beach says talk Polo, most definitely, for sure. Man, I ain't trying to go in on nobody, man, but if you're gonna put your business out on Front Street, you gotta get what it's just like these celebrities and stuff like that. Case in point, and off mode but on mode, it's like when Cardi B always go in on people for having comments because she put the information out on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, come on, let's see. Kwame says, what's good, Manny and Divine? Divine says, salutes Kwame and Joe Jets. Appreciate that. I salute. I believe that's what we pronounce it. Where we at real quick? Where we at? Divine says, them neons are releasing next year on Air Max Day. Yeah, I've been hearing that. So, I mean, sounds like you got to wait, even though it's crazy how we know about it already ahead of time. They could give it to us early, man. Pause. And we may get it early, man. But you know what? I ain't tripping, but that's definitely when and if it do drop, that's a must cop for the kid, period. For me anyway, you know what I'm saying? Where we at? Kwame says, Joe Jets, what up? Rivera says, they gave those Neon 95s the AirTech Challenge Hot Lava treatment for the release, which such low stock numbers. Yeah, they're definitely low stock numbers, but they're supposed to be coming out next year though. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Let's go ahead and start on one of the topics, and then we'll transition on to 2J's kicks real quick, and then we'll keep the party going with him and Sue Surgeon. But I want to talk the numbers that are back up at Nike. I want to make sure I cover that for sure. Where we at real quick? Let me get that part on my screen. Get that right here. Boom. I definitely was prepared, but yeah, I was looking for something else too. Give me like 2 seconds. You guys should be seeing my screen in like 3, 2, 1. Right there. Boom. Right there. Share my screen with everybody right there. So pretty much Nike stock soars 15% one day after the CEO says he expects business to improve. It's time to turn the page. No pun intended to Bobby Valentino. If you know the song, you know, right? Okay, I couldn't help but think of that when I read that. Y'all bear with the kid. If you know, you know, right? Where we at real quick? Manuel Kick says, if I get the undefeated 95 Neons, I'm all set with no big bubble 95 Neon next year. I like both. I take both. But I ain't seen no undefeated 95s. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull them up. I'm going to see if I can find, hold on. Let me put, because when we talk upcoming sneaker releases, I'll go ahead and pull them up and get my first thoughts on them. But I'm going to go ahead and see if I can prep for that real quick. Because I thought we just was getting those undefeated 4s. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know they was doing the undefeated 95s. And I possibly could have known and just probably like zoned out on it too. Because y'all know how the kid gets sometimes. Let's see. Boom. Images. Real quick. I think I got them up. Yeah, I think this is it right here. Yeah, I didn't know they was doing these joints. But they is looking nice though. They is looking nice. And it's a lot of colorways, actually. So, yeah, I'll do that towards the end of the live. I did not know that. Appreciate the info. Many with the kicks, as always, big homie. Where we got real quick? Let me get back to sharing my screen real quick. And boom, where we got? Boom, right there. Should be sharing my screen. But, yeah, we'll talk that towards the end of the live, big dog, for sure. But it says Nike stock soars 15% one day after CEO says he expects business to improve. It's time to turn the page. The CEO added that the early feedback to Nike's products pipeline from its wholesale partners has been positive. Now, this actually was put out June 27th, which was basically yesterday. It says Nike Incorporated stock soars 15% and closed at 72.4 per share on Friday, one day after President and Chief Executive Officer Elliott Hill told investors that the worst is behind them. So he's like pretty much stamping it. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing back a lot of releases that we really, really wanted to, and the stuff that we've been asking for. And especially if we're supposed to be getting, if the rumors are true and we're supposed to be getting an undefeated 4, and you know, that shoe at one point was worth, you know, and it still is. But when I do like an actual, like, that was like a friends and family release too, if I'm not mistaken. But now you're going to get a general release. It's going to probably, the friends and family still going to be up there, but it may bring it down just a little bit for the people who like to collect like the rare of the rarest, right? Me, let me just get the fresh pair of what's coming out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with that. It says, the results were reporting that the quarter 4 and fiscal year of 2025 are not up to the Nike standard, Hill told analysts on the company's earnings call on Thursday. But as we said 90 days ago, the work we're doing to reposition the business through our win now actions is having an impact. From here, we expect our business results to improve. It's time to turn the page. Again, these are some strong words, but you got to believe it. You got to speak in existence. And this is one of those proofs, man. They're making moves, and he's trying to obviously speak it into positive positions. And Nike is, in my opinion, probably will always be, you know, one of the major players and top dogs in the sneaker world, you know, if we're going to keep it real. It says the CEO then added that the early feedback to Nike's product pipeline from its wholesale partners has been positive. It says our book is improving sequentially with our holiday orders up. Hill said, we're finding better balance with our portfolio of sport performance and new dimensions of sportswear expected to offset the declines in our classic franchise with wholesale partners. As discussed for months now, Nike has been working to clean up its distribution of the oversaturated Air Force One, Jordan 1, and Dunk model. It says now the CEO is touting some newsness in the sports world side of the business with Vomero 5s, P6000s, Shocks, Superfly, Air Max Muse, and Air Max 95s. Now, y'all can keep that Muse jank, man. If they talking about the little slip-on joint, I'm not a fan of that. But I think that's a different one, though. I don't think that's an actual Mule, like M-U-L-E. So I think the Air Max Muse is something slightly different. But it did make me think of those, though. I hope that's not what it is. I ain't gonna keep it on it. Let's see. Long Beach says, salutes to Vine and Kwame. Appreciate that, homie. Appreciate it. Salutes to everybody, bro. Where we at? It says, on Thursday's call, Hill mentioned that the Vomero sneakers have already become $100 million business with growth in geographics. Wow. So they're letting them know, like, that's crazy. Think about it. Nike's still $1 billion company. I will say this. If the Vomeros are $100 million business, I don't even want to know what Jordan Brand them probably bringing in a strong milli over. No, they bringing in a strong Billy with the B, like B, Bravo. They're bringing a strong billion, over $1 billion by itself. It got to be. You know what I'm saying? Says this comes as the company reported net income in the fourth quarter of the fiscal 2025 fell 86% to $211 million from $1.5 billion in the year ago period. Diluted earnings per share dropped to 14 cents from 99 cents, and sales totaled 11.1 billion, down 12% from the 12.6 billion. So I mean, again, they still bringing in billions. It's just like, you know, when they see something like this, like a whole $1 million drop, to them, you know, that's like bad news. To me, I'm like, hey, you still, your life ain't got to change dramatically. But again, I don't know what lifestyle they're living to. You know what I'm saying? It could be a lot more to it than what we think. It says, looking at the full fiscal year, Nike reported revenues of 46.3 billion, down 10%. Net income dropped 44% to 3.2 billion. And it says, I believe we have everything we need to win, and we are all ready for the new fiscal year. He added, we're laser focused on what we can control, inspiring and innovating from the 8 billion customers or consumers we have and the privilege to serve. We know what it will take to set off the next wave of growth for Nike. From here, it's on us to get back to executing the level we expect. So pretty much he's doubling down. He's like, it's on us. You know, we've seen that we can go back up. We can bring the numbers back up. So they're like, okay, cool. If we can bring the numbers back up, we got to keep climbing back to where we once was and surpass it. And that's what you got to do. Speaking of this existence, again, I like how they're bringing back a lot of the OG stuff for sure. I think that the one thing that I can say is kind of like been kind of annoying for me is them bringing, like, you know, limiting certain drops. I mean, you can always expect that for a Travis or what have you, but some shoes I feel like why you got to do it. But then again, that brings back the fear of missing out. You know, that was something that Nike them kind of brought to the table too, man. So yeah, you know, we'll see how it does. Nike them is definitely, I knew they wouldn't stay down for long, because what we say when we first saw the stock drop, I could never forget it. Like me, Manny, and I think it was Kwame, we're like, yo, if you are in the stocks, that was the time to invest. And now that it's going back up, I guarantee people are cashing in, you know? I would assume so. Nike them is a big company, and at the end of the day, they're worldwide. You know what I'm saying? There's not many people, even if they're not into Jordans, right? And I'm going to transition on to the next topic. But even if the individual is not into Jordans or anything like that, you still know or heard of Nike. You know what I'm saying? Because they got so many products and some stuff that some people just only into Forces. Some people only just into Air Max 95s. You know what I'm saying? That's still a Nike shoe. You know what I'm saying? They got a plethora of routes. If you want to just specifically collect Jordans, you can. Air Force Ones, you can, and have one hell of a fire collection. Same with Air Max 95s. I remember there was one person, right? I can't even remember their name. All they used to collect was Nike Dunks. That's it. All they used to collect was dunks. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. That's super cool. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it goes for sure. Let me read through the rest of the article for sure, and then we will pretty much, I think we've covered it all, right? Yeah, we already covered this whole article. So let's transition to this 2J's joint. Let me put myself on the main screen. I do want to play that video of him saying how, you know, I guess loyalty he is. So give me like 2 seconds. what you need to know about me. I think he put that out there. If I can find that joint, let's see. Know about me joint. I'm searching real quick on his channel. I mean, unless he don't took the joint down, then we shall not be able to watch it. But I remember he posted something like that. Yeah, here we go right here. This is the one I'm talking about. I'm going to play this joint in like 2 seconds. Again, this is going to be for fair use. Let me pause this joint. I don't know if he's taking the joint down or what. Okay, cool. So it's still up. So we're going to start this because this was back. And what year was this? This was actually what? How many years ago when he dropped this video? 5 years ago. No wonder it took me a minute to find that joint. So December 6, 2019. And this when that whole thing kicked off with Trollmageddon, man. And again, I also want to put this out there, right? With the whole 2J situation. Not judging. I don't know what the fuck is what because I'm not there. So a legend, this is all a legend and opinionated base. But my question to you all, y'all remember his homie, what's his name? The dude that used to own like Band LA. Ironically, they did a podcast together. Eric Park. That's his name, right? This my thing, right? They did like a podcast, it said like 3 months ago. I'm not gonna play all that stuff, but my thing is this. Remember the Band LA story where he got caught doing similar shit? You know what I'm saying? And I think, if I remember correctly, and we was talking about this in the Goodfellas too, dog. My thing is, I don't think the Band LA guy even really wanted to open a store. If I'm not mistaken, his buddy here, pretty much 2J's, and I'm going to be sharing my screen here in a second, is the one who was motivating him and saying he should open a store. And then next thing you know, shit got behind, allegedly, and then here we are. You know what I'm saying? But I've also has been taught 100 times that birds of a feather flock together, which that saying simply means like this, right? If pretty much if you hang out with the people that you're you know a part of, that's you know what I'm saying? So like not necessarily always, and there could be some not so truth to this, because you can hang out with a certain individual and be nothing like them. But I mean, if y'all are a little super too cool and buddy, y'all obviously got some similarities that y'all share, you know? Kwame says, I definitely got a variety, but more dunks these days. Most definitely, man. Everybody has what they're into, you know what I'm saying? Me, I just happen to have a whole bunch of Air Jordan 1s, even though that's not my forte, but I guess they are because I bought a lot, you know what I mean? So there are some people that only specifically collect certain models, and that's cool. You know, I like to see collections like that. But yeah, I say all that to say, though, back to this whole 2J situation, you are the company you keep. That's the saying, right? You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm going to play back this old video. It's only 4 minutes long. I'm going to dissect this, and then I'll go through everything else that's gone down so far, and then we will keep the party going. So let me share my screen. Give me like 2 seconds. Boom. This is for fair use. Gotta say that because you know how, everything is. So I'm going to just play little snits and try to react to it, but we'll see how it goes. But this is when that whole, if I'm not mistaken, Trollmageddon thing went down, right? Even if you go to the comments, dog, this shit gets wild. It says update video was reviewed again and every shoe that was claimed was fake was swapped. Check my IG post so we can screenshots. Wow. So he says, the thing. This is my thing with that whole Trollmageddon thing too, right? If I had to guess, right, why would Troll bring in like real shoes and try to say they're fake, and then those people, no, it's hard to legit check a shoe. But again, let's just play this whole joint because again, I'm playing this to show that he has a history of this shit. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but this is just something he's been known for quite some time, man. And I'm not saying he's a bad guy or anything, because he's supposed to be known as the legit guy, you know? So here we are right here. Let's play this joint.
What's going on, YouTube? So here, Anaheim, SneakerCon, setting up. And so on my drive here, I pretty much, my phone was blowing up a little bit today. Friends, people.
Because if you remember, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, he sued Troll, to the best of my knowledge, allegedly, and Troll had to take the video down. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, right? But let's go.
People that follow the brand, people that follow me on social media, basically tagging me, bringing up some content that was created, talking about my brand, saying that.
Dog, he's all over the place and a little jittery here. And I get it. This could not only just necessarily mean he's nervous, but it also could mean like, he's shocked by the information and really don't want to be attached to it. But at the same time, the thing is, that whole Trollmageddon video, if you ask me, and I'm not trying to defend Troll here, but my thought on that whole video was Troll was trying to show us that, hey, you know, it's really hard to tell the difference between the real and the fake. It really wasn't about them. He could have chose any damn consignment store. He just chose them, you know, because he lives in the area. Hell, I look at Troll's situation where that could have easily been me just trying to create some content to prove a point, you know, and never thought about getting a lawsuit on it.
That we sell fakes or that I'm knowingly selling fakes. I'm going to say this, and I think that I speak for everybody that does any sort of reselling in mass volume. No one bats 1,000.
And that's the saying that got himself in trouble right there. Nobody bats 1,000. We get it. But you can't, and you know, his whole story, we're about to go over that whole thing, but it's hard to have that 100% authentic guaranteed if you're not, you know, batting 1,000. And my thing is too, and I think a lot of us back then, even in 2019, right? Not picking on 2Js in any way, shape, or form. I got nothing but respect for him. But at the end of the day, what you guys charge on the resale market, now I know this is going to be their defense, is, well, my thing is, this is what the current market, this is what it goes for. This is what we got to, you know, sell it for this plus our store. I get it. You can justify it all damn day long. My thing is this. If you have the nerve and that's what you do, I ain't gonna say the nerve, but if that's what you do and you're selling them at a mocked up price because that's what the current market is, okay, cool, fair game, right? To each their own. But the least you could do, if I'm paying, this is my thing. If the Jordan back then was like, what, 185-ish, and we couldn't catch a W because I ain't gonna go in the whole logistics of how I think some of these sneaker stores already be kind of trying to pull a monopoly type of move, have all the products where you ain't got no choice but to go to them and they got it mocked up already anyway because of the backdooring shit that goes on. But I'm not saying that's him, but either way, right? If you have the nerve to sell if the shoe's 185 and then you got the nerve to sell the shoe back, you know, for like 500, you know what I'm saying? That's like over $400 some in profit. And I get it, you got bills and stuff like that to pay and this, that, and the third. But yeah, they get crazy. And that's the thing too, right? They had got to the point on these resale shops was moving like they was trying to get to the point where they were acting like they were an actual like retail store, like a retail like sneaker store. And I'm like, bro, that's kind of fucking annoying. You know what I'm saying? And I still see them in my area, bro. And I keep it moving. And to be honest, I be questioning how they keep the fucking lights on because I don't never see anybody in there. Especially at that one time during the peak of like 2020, whenever they was trying to sell Panda Dunks for $400, whenever I've seen them go as low as 90 now. You know, that was fucked up. And I'm not saying that was a part of him, but there was other resale stores that were doing that type of stuff, man.
No one goes up to the plate and hits a home run every single time. And I've shown that in the past and even now, right? Do I get it wrong from time to time? 100%. Does everybody else get it wrong from time to time? 100%. Your favorite shops, your favorite online websites, everybody gets it wrong. But what you can say about those brands and my brand is that if you bring it to our attention that we got it wrong and we happen to get it wrong or sell something that we're not supposed to sell, we're gonna sit here and do what's right and correct.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. We get it. We get it, and we know that. But he wasn't really trying to. This is my thing. I feel like 2Js that took it personal. That whole time, I've always said I feel like he took it a little. And I get it. I would take it personal too if that was my shop, and I'd probably be doing the same thing he's doing, but with an attitude. But I would have called homie back up. Hey, pull up. And I don't know, like I'm gonna like do some crazy ish or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, we trying to do the best. Have him next. Like, let this be a lesson. Again, if you suspect that it's fake, this, and the third, it's all about professionalism. Now, he think this is professional, right? And to a certain extent it is, but you still got to go above and beyond, especially when you are servicing customers and or consumers and you want them to buy the product that you are selling. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it. It's a gift and a curse, but you kind of want to, you know, you have to kiss a little cheeks every now and then. Pause. But this is my thing too, right? I'm a firm believer that the customer is not always right. But at the same time, you can satisfy a customer. You just got to find what they are looking for and present it to them, you know, and be respectful with it. You don't have to, being nice to the customer and selling them something they're looking for, that's a gimme. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to do all the extra shit. And I'm not saying that's what he's doing, but I'm just saying in general now. But yeah, let's play the rest of this joint.
Corrected. I take ownership of the behavior that was displayed on social media and some of these videos. You know, I've one of the things that I've told my staff, and I guess I haven't done a good enough job, is look, if you don't know an item, it's okay, just decline it, because it's not worth the headache, because then I got to do videos like this. Not that I don't mind speaking my piece, but it takes a lot of time, energy, and effort when I got a million other things going on.
That boy said he get into the bag. He ain't really got time to entertain shit like this. This is my thing. I get it. Just decline it if you're unsure, because I think that's definitely what StockX does or supposed to do. Granted, I'm not going to get all the way on them tonight because that's a whole nother story. He seems sincere here, but he seems frustrated too because, to be honest, let's just keep it 100. Homie at this time was in the peak of his career, and he just want to get to the bag, you know, and I feel him on that, you know?
I don't want to give people the energy. I don't want to give you the time of day. I don't appreciate the fact that people are trying to paint me for something that I'm not.
See, the thing is, he keeps making it about himself when I don't think it was about himself, if you ask me. It was about just resale stores in general, you know, in my opinion, you know?
I'm human. I get shit wrong. I have to delegate. I ask my staff. I try to train my staff as best as possible. And sometimes stuff falls through the cracks. But at the end of the day, if a shoe ever walks out of my store and it is proven that it is fake and it is brought back to me and told to me or my brand, we're gonna take the steps to correct it.
And I feel like this was a time too when he had an Urban Necessities inside of what's that joint? It was in NY, but he had the Urban Necessities up inside of shit, I can't even think of it, but American Eagle. There you go. Remember he had that up in American Eagle. It's not there anymore, but he used to have one. I think this right here that came out, that shit kicked him out the door. You know, it was cool to see him though, because he was making moves and climbing up, but at the same time, on your way up, you will see the same people when you come back down, you know, if we're gonna keep it real.
And that's it. Like, there's no, I'm trying to get over on anybody. Like, there's no, like, I need to sell fakes because I gotta pay my bills. Like, yo, bro.
It's funny, kind of like, it's like he's kind of like eating his words now, because not that he's selling fakes, but now he's trying to sell everything with all these taxes and stuff like that. Now, you know, this video, it's funny looking back on this, how times have changed. This was in December 6th, 2019, and here we are in 2025, dog. You know?
American Eagle is my business partner.
Not anymore. Not anymore. But I'm not, and I don't want to sound like I'm hating, but I'm just saying, not anymore, you know?
Multi-billion-dollar brand. I don't need to get over on anybody.
That's the thing. That's when I feel like he was feeling himself. And then that after this drop, I want to say in January, that business deal, whatever they had, went out the window. And you know what's crazy? He never spoke on it either. If you keep it 100, he never spoke on the joint. If he did, it didn't go out there. But to the best of my knowledge, he never spoke on the joint. He may have, but I haven't seen him spoken on that whole thing, because that's my thing. If I was to interview him, I'll start off with that. Like, what happened with American Eagle? You know what I mean? And I want I don't want one of those generic answers. I want the, you know, the truth, the details. You dig?
So just remember that I apologize to those that understand what this is, know what it is. To my supporter, you get it. I apologize I let you guys down. To those that are creating content, because right now that's the cool thing to do.
He's talking about me. Like, and let's just be 100, not just me. When this went off, a plethora of sneaker YouTubers just, you know, they ate. They all reacted. And some went more viral than others, right? And that's not my goal here, is to go viral. I'm just here just to report what's out there. You know what I mean? That's it.
You got my name, like, sorry, bro. SneakerCon tomorrow. We're gonna be dropping more bags. So, I get asked a lot, how do you authenticate shoes at SneakerCon, right?
Yeah, so this is a thing right here. I remember this. This is a good question because everybody wants to know, how do you authenticate a sneaker? That easily could be a viral video no matter how many times you make it. Even if it takes time, like me. If I was to do a video on how to legit check a sneaker of a certain model, it's going to skyrocket every single time. So this is curious to hear his answer, you know? Even though that's probably the last thing on his mind right now, nowadays, right?
So,
My bad.
one, the majority of the vendors, a lot of the vendors at SneakerCon actually come in on days like today, the day before, or hours prior to the event, and have the items that they're selling authenticated. The vendors try to get most of their product authenticated. On top of that, myself and my consignment intake team are coming in and looking at all the pairs. If I'm making 50-minute videos and then I'm putting on top of that authenticating all the pairs that I'm buying, you're gonna have like a 30-hour video, bro.
Yeah, so he's saying he's taking that long to authenticate a sneaker. Or is it just taking that long to get the shit loaded up on the truck and get it back to Urban Necessities because you're all over the place in SneakerCon? Because keep in mind, that's where he was getting majority of his stock, you know?
I don't want to bore you with that. Here's what's being missed in this whole entire process. We didn't even take the shoes in. We didn't even take the shoes in. So at the end of the day, a video was brought to check the awareness of my staff, see if we could get it right. We got it wrong. Thanks for proving your point. I got to train my staff better. Thank you.
Yeah, wow. Dude, get out your feelings. He was in his feelings. Now, this time I can see why he's in his feelings, but let's go ahead and go inside this right here. This is June 26th. So this is, I think, the most like updated. This was just 2 days ago. The quick facts of this whole situation with Sue Surgeon, and now we know 2J's, right? Okay, quick facts, real quick. It says sneaker resale giant Urban Necessities accused of not paying consigners. Exclusive interviews with parties involved. JC Lopez says he was forced out and wants full control back. Both sides accuse the other of wrongdoing. Place to blame. What happens next? Yeah, so this is the one we're going to cover for the rest of the night, and then we'll go to upcoming sneaker releases after we go through this real quick, because we played a lot of time on that video, but I did want to break that down to see that this ain't the first rodeo for this guy. And I told y'all, like I was saying, with his buddy from Band LA, I don't think he ever even wanted to be a store. I think he just liked the way he was moving on Facebook, selling that stuff, to the best of my knowledge, right? Allegedly. But it says setting the stage. So it says earlier this month, and they did break the story. Early this month, Soul Retriever published a report detailing the mounting allegations surrounding Urban Necessities, a prominent Las Vegas-based sneaker resale shop, and growing concern among consigners and customers at the time, much of the conversation was playing out across social media with little public acknowledgement from those involved. And the days following our report, however, new developments have emerged. To be clear, Soul Retriever began reporting on this situation not because of the dispute between owners, but because one of the largest and most well-known consignment shops in the industry was being accused of not paying consigners. The ongoing business feud that has since emerged between the parties is a byproduct, not the root of the larger issue at hand. People are not being paid for the inventory they entrusted into the store. So again, that's Soul Retriever's alibi here, you know, and I'm not trying to say, you know, I agree or disagree with it, but that's what I'm saying. We're not trying to expose anybody, you know. People this is my thing. You're putting your stuff in their store because you're hoping that it's going to sell, because they're going to have, you know, way more eyes on it than, say, like me, right? I put my sales up for sale on eBay, make a video, you know, I got a few people checking it out. But if you think about it, and I use eBay, that's a lot of eyes on it, even if it's just not people coming from my channel. It could be other people, right? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And his store is supposed to be one of the best and the biggest in Vegas. And what is Vegas? One of the most touristy spots ever in this country, right? When people talk about vacation, if they're not leaving the States, they're going to places like Vegas or Cali or Florida, you know what I'm saying, just to get a break. Even NY, right? People even come here for whatever reason, right? But at the end of the day, yeah. So when people pull up and like, man, I want to get a fresh pair of kicks, something I ain't got back home. Let's go to this store, and you're hoping to find it there. You know, Slayer in the building says, "What up, Sneaker Squad 100? What up, Slayer?" Let's see what we've learned since our initial report. Since that story, we've spoken with more than 20 individuals connected to the situation, ranging from an affected consignor to former employees, industry figures close to both sides, and the central parties themselves. Urban Necessities founder JC Lopez, 2J's Kicks, spoke with us directly. He says, on the other side, we reached out to the shoe surgeons team multiple times over the course of several days and gave them an ample opportunity to comment, participate in the interview, or share their side of the story prior to this story's publication. He says, we did speak with a representative from their team who affirmed that the shoe surgeon and his team's decision to decline to comment and has continued to do so into further notice. We have remained in a regular contact with the representative and continue to offer opportunities to provide a statement, clarification, or participate in the reporting. So, 2J's has spoken to pretty much Soul Retriever. He's trying to come off, and no disrespect, like he has nothing to hide. Now, I know we already watched these videos of him breaking the silence, so I'm not going to play this by any way, shape, or form. We already probably heard enough of 2J's talking today. I'm not saying he sounds bad or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, I think we've already played this. It says, Lopez breaks his silence. Following the individual wave and scrutiny, Lopez released a 14-minute video on the Instagram sharing his perspective. Since then, he's gone live on IG multiple times, presenting screenshots and personal notes and outlining his version of the events that led to the point, and he has spoken with us in an exclusive interview. So, wow. And I think I saw that floating around on the internet. I haven't really necessarily watched it because if I'm not mistaken, the interview was like an hour long. Not trying to knock that off or anything like that. But it says, according to Lopez, things began to shift early in 2022 when his wife was diagnosed with the stage 4 colon cancer. I'm going to stop right here. And I'm sorry to hear that because I've lost somebody very close to me to cancer as well. But dog, you don't have, and I can't tell him what to say, but he's really been on that cancer. He's really been throwing that out there a lot. You know, I'm not saying he's milking it, but dog, let's focus at the topic at hand. Does this have something to do with it? You know, again, I hate that she has that, you know, I don't even want to know, you know, but we're going to keep it moving. Says her illness forced both of them to step back from daily operations, leaving the business without a core leadership. Recognizing the need that the additional support, Lopez says he entered conversations with Dominic, the surgeon, Cabron, and his business partners operating under Surgeon Worldwide Incorporated. At the time, the surgeon team appeared well positioned to help. They had a fully functional factory, a team with the brand building experience, and had shown working relationships or collaborations with major partners like Nike, Gucci, and Bentley. Now, this is my thing. You also, I would assume, this is in 2022, I don't think the lawsuit had came out on Sue Surgeon just yet. I think the Sue Surgeon lawsuit had just popped off last year, if I'm not mistaken. So, okay, I was going to say, like, dog, you know they had a lawsuit, this, that, and the third, but then maybe he didn't know. But we all knew it was only a matter of time. The way Nike has been throwing out lawsuits over time, we knew this was going to come, right? You know what I'm saying? Kwame says, what up, Slayer? So we're going to keep it moving real quick. I'm going to push through this because a lot of this is pretty much what we already kind of covered. It says the breakdown of the business deal. We kind of already broke that one. Lopez accused pretty much what he's accusing them of right here. So we broke that down. We did see that coming in there. So let's see real quick what Lopez wants. We know he wants his store back, and the surgeon team responds. We kind of covered that as well. I remember that. And what comes next? Now, I think that because the story is still ongoing. It says right now we're in limbo. He said, she said, but ultimately it boils down to either the surgeon size the clothes exactly with Lopez, who would be taken on financially and legally, and deal with is reached for him to regain control of Urban Necessities, or an agreement is made and the company moves forward to bankruptcy. So the theoretical, there could be other options on the table, but given the current state of the business and the reputational or the reputable damage already done, it's hard to imagine anyone rushing to take it over. So again, the damage that happened so quickly, it seems like you blast your eye at it, which I think the suit surgeon was saying this shit's been going on before we got here. We didn't help the situation, right? So the story is still kind of ongoing and unfolding. Now, there's one thing I do want to cover real quick before I get out of here. So, Urban Necessities Director of Finance addresses 2J's kicks. Now, this is from the 26th as well. Again, I'm not going to go through the whole gist of the joint, but pretty much I think he's responded to her as well. But again, this is where we saw that stuff that floated around on Twitter, right? Let's see, but 2J's already kind of spoke up on this, you know? And again, this stuff is kind of getting a little repetitive, but at the same time, I want to say this. I don't think, and I'll speak for myself, I'm not going to speak for the whole community. I don't want to see nothing bad happen to this guy or anything like that, bro. But at the same time, you know, you got to you got to read what you're signing. And if you don't comprehend it, you got to put it in front of somebody. You know what I'm saying? And somebody that you can trust. And I get it. That person was probably his wife, you know? But at the same time, when life because it happens, you know, you got to have a backup plan or be prepared, or you got to, you know, this is the guy that said that he's grinding like that. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. They were going through a lot. You know, and he put it in somebody's hands he thought he could trust. And then it bit him in the you-know-what. Where we at? Let's see. Devon says, I give 2J's props. He's standing on business. I give him that, too. That's what I said. I'm not going to say I'm not going to say everything all bad about him, you know? I'm not like a major fan of him, but at the same time, I'll say this. Whether they're both, to me, right? I'm going to keep it real. It seems like they're both kind of got something that they're kind of not putting out there that they don't want the public to know, and that's fine. That's cool. But at least he's trying to stand up and do the right thing, at least at what it appears to be. You know? That I will give him that. It looks like he's trying to do the right thing. You know what I mean? Long Beach OJ says, exactly. At the end of the day, like Polo said, read what you sign before signing. Most definitely. And if you're not going to read the joint, you know what I'm saying? You got to take what come with it. But ain't no way I would have, something serious like this where there's a lot of money on the table, and then, you know, they said his wife let suit surgeon them hold like $300,000. That ain't money you loan out. You know, that's you need that type of money. You need to go to the goddamn bank. So when or if you default on it, they come after your ass. And yes, you can do time over that shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't play about their money. Let's talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases, and then we'll wrap this joint up here for the night, man. I've been on this joint going on pretty much an hour real quick. So pretty much we will probably have more information on the 2J situation. We'll see how it goes. And let's just, we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases, wrap things up here. This month for June, I'm not mad at it. You know, been kind of chill, was able to hold on to a few extra chips. I definitely notice a difference whenever I'm not copping sneakers, man. But I know for a fact we do anticipate the Pure Money 4s. They're supposed to be coming, I want to say, like next weekend, right? These right here, the Pure Money 3s. I said Pure Money 4s because I tell you where my mind is at. But yeah, these are the Pure Money 3s. I'm going to be 100. They don't look bad. These do not look bad at all. But again, it kind of reminds me of think of those like phone posits I covered like last week where it technically was supposed to be all white, but there's not really all white. This kind of is an all white 3. But then that elephant print is kind of like an eggshell colorway. Doesn't look bad, but at the same time, for me, I look at this stuff be like the younger generation or for like the ladies, you know what I'm saying? But again, not knocking it for the fellas who got it. It's whoever wants it, but that's what that's kind of make me think of, right? And then I did pull up those undefeated 4s Manny was talking about too. Also, one thing with the Sue Surgeon too, I want to show this too. So I was looking up the Sue Surgeon earlier, right? Let me refresh this joint. So I was looking up the Sue Surgeon earlier. And this is what I found on his reviews, right? 2 months ago, he got this, but then, as you can see, 7 months ago. So this has just now come to the public. But it says, stuff you made for Jake Paul sucks. And then there was another one right here where it all started to go down here. So it says, just a day ago, it says, stealing money from consigners and from a business partner. You know, so this seems like somebody taking it personal here from the local guy, right? 4 days ago, he's starting to get more like negative reviews. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like people are trying to ride with 2Js, you know? So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I had the Pure Money 3s up on here. They're not bad. Where we at real quick? Devon says, it's like the Black Cat 3s. For sure. Actually, the Black Cat 3s, though, where they were still available, they did show out. A lot of people actually caught them joints, though. So these are probably going to be doing around the same numbers if I had to guess, you know? Devon says, some people got to mismatch the Pure Money 3s with the Black Cats. Yeah, there's going to be those people that do that for sure. Let's see, what else? We got Eric Carson joints right here. Now, I don't know if these are drop, or these are going to drop, but there's an Air Max 95 Eric Carson's. Now, it's kind of like, if you think about it, it's basically going to be like a skateboarding version, right? Y'all know me, I'm a skateboarder sometimes too, so I think these are actually pretty dope, and when I saw these, I just wanted to share them with you guys as well. You know what I mean? Kwame says, the 3s are clean, but I don't know if I need them or not. Exactly. I feel you. They're all right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound like I'm hating or anything like that, but these Air Max 95s, these are pretty freaking clean. Just makes me low key. I like these, but it just makes me really want those neons really, really bad, you know? And then this is the undefeateds I think that Manny was talking about, right? That's supposed to be anticipated. This is from Sneaker Bar Detroit. So look like there's 5 different colorways. I like how they did this neon joint, and it looks like what they did just right undefeated across this joint. I'm gonna say this, they fired, but I mean, it's based off of OG colorways. You know what I'm saying? Like, all they did, and I don't want to sound like I'm hating. Now, this colorway is clean right here. If I caught one, it would be this one. If this is all they did was right undefeated across there, I mean, what are they really? I'm not trying to downplay it and saying it's not dope, but this is my thing. This is supposed to be sometime holiday 2025. I ain't gonna lie, I'll fall for these and cop these. I like these. But again, these are colorways we've already seen, and all they did was write undefeated on there. You know? I guess this is the feed to people who just want to have a shoe to say they have a collab. You know what I mean? We just seen these drops. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like this. Now these neons, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even want these are dope, but I don't even want the undefeated version. I want just the OG 95s, neons. I just want those joints. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, no harm, no foul. They're not bad, though. Salutes to Manny for giving us that information. Let me put myself back on the main screen, get ready to wrap things up for the night. I've been on this joint for like an hour and 2 minutes, man. So, appreciate everybody for coming through, showing love, being active in the chat. Really means a lot to the kid. Yeah, definitely more content on the way. I'll be back live again on Monday with Music Monday. But until then, man, y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new. And if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know, my name is Jeremy Jones. And what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional try-on hauls, y'all know. We got Music Monday on Monday. I'll see you guys then. Definitely more content on the way. Sign up for that sold out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it's free to sign up, where, of course, we continue the sneaker talk, food section, and sports section. You name it, and I'll see you guys again on Monday. Y'all smash that like button if y'all haven't done so already, and sub up. And, yeah, I am officially out this thing, man. Peace.
My heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. But my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. So many nights, my heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to these guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to these guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember.